basically the Clockwork Vendetta composition here.
They're a cover band at this point.
Yeah, they are. And we've actually seen a lot of cover bands in Europe. Not quite as good as the original. Could do with a little bit more volume here and there. Doesn't quite get the solos right. Hopefully Morningstar's going to do a little bit of a better job here, and I am convinced to go watch them again. Shoes Money Crew, on the other hand, Croc's already taking a mighty headshot.
I wish Crocs would just, like, watch once, because he turned his head. He wasn't even looking at the point, and he got sniped, and Mouse again.
Jesus.
It's going to go down. Thankfully, he's not got far to walk, because it is an SMC offense to kick things off. Gustav burns the res to bring him back in nice and early, so they want to get something done here. Gonna send arguably the best yet again on this Diva. Close range to follow up on that Hulk that came out from Crocs.
Asking's got really good crosshair placement at the moment. He knows exactly where Mouse is coming from, and he's setting himself up in the best way to take these shots. Mouse understands this, tries to take an off angle from a cheeky position.
Crocs didn't have a shield, and he was being targeted by the turret until Obling took the aggro and exposed himself for the kill. This is just easy. Gustav did get the res because no one aggressed onto Obling, and now they're going to freeze him up, stall that one out, and no kills coming in for SMC, and Naga's building towards that first ult for them. The Dragon Strike hopefully going to displace Morningstars so they can capitalize on the chaos.
Poor Obling, looking for truffles in the ground over there. Morningstars, like you said, they're going to have ults coming online now. Asking once again, taking down Naga. This is real tough for Shoes Money Crew.
He's just watching the advantageous side. He's like, where are they going to come from?
You see, the thing is here, though, is the Shoes Money Crew, we know they can play free. I think now is the time that you try and play free, right? Because you're not having a lot of success here. You're not denying the hooks. Sure, free might not be amazing versus composition because they have so much space denial, but
you're not winning the duels.
Yeah, and really the big problem is the Widowmaker.
Dragon Strike's going to cut through, and Kagasi backs off far enough to tend to get some healing, but no, Naga still finds him. And Chubbs, 0 main tanks for Morningstars. They need to do this without a solid rock to contest the point. Tridd with a blaster again. He loves the Battle Mercy, and it shows. 2 kills for him, but he's the only one finding anything right now. And that's going to be Shoes Money Crew walking onto the point, taking control, and hopefully deflecting a counterattack from MS.
It's just Slur and Tridd commanding the high ground for the time being. They will take out the turret.
They don't need to command the high ground, Blank. They need to command the point. Chubbs emerges back on. Gustav just goes in and takes care of them by himself.
Okay.
Kagasi finds 1 return kill, but a headshot comes in immediately for SMC, and they will move on to the payload section of this map.
That they will. Finally, Shoes Money Crew do break through. One thing I'm liking, what I'm seeing is definitely Mouse at the moment on the Meg. Really, all he's doing at the moment is using the walls to deny vision to Asking. This is a fairly flat point here, apart from the left-hand side high ground at the cafe, so he can get the walls up fairly easily. Hollywood's second, however, provides a lot of high ground for Asking to deal with, so you have to send Naga up here, but he's already at disadvantage.
He's tagged straight away.
Yeah.
And I love the mentality. Mal's like, well, I'm not allowed to play Widowmaker, so neither are you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use May and block your sight lines. As that Supercharger, Asking just threads the needle, finds that shot onto Naga. Supercharger already gone down. He's on the high ground uncontested. Sound Barrier reinvigorates Morningstars on their offensive. They're not even going up there to displace Asking, but they'll take out the rest of his team anyway, so he has to act in a different way.
They are really relying on a majority of healing here. You can see the consistent amount of HPS coming through for Shoes Money Crew, just with the Ana, the Brigitte, and as well as the Lucio. Asking, however, still putting in the work. You know he is going to continue doing it. You have to take these careful positions, otherwise he's just going to take you down every single time.
It's actually such a shame that the roster lock for this season has already taken place in OW, because once the 2-2-2 change came in, like, if you're wanting a Widowmaker and you're struggling for hit scan options, you might want to take a look at this lad right here.
I thought we lost the best Widowmaker in EU last season with KSP moving over to NA, right? Apparently not. Asking showing us exactly how it's done. He's making some ridiculous plays, and I reckon if we saw him in Season 1, we'd see much of the same.
Yeah, definitely if that was the case. He's come back to us from NA. Nice tag on the clocks. Didn't know quite where to look there, and he's going to suffer for it. He knows where to look now. Definitely where the bullet came from. Kagasi above with a barrage, as expected. Only catches Mal's. Nice reactions coming in. I'll be the best count on the back end of that one. Going to pull him into the fight, make him close to the ground so he's easy to pick off. But Asking's found Naga, so big advantage coming in for Morningstars here. And SMC are starting to get stuck on this corner.
Super good denial there from Kagasi in the air. You know the rally is going to come through. Obviously, he's got it online. And when you have a barrage like that, the major tool that you want to be using there is the hook. Pull him out the air. You don't have it, which is why you're now seeing Obling move over the Roadhog. Knows he has to. Really just getting up and personal is not working for Shoes Money Crew anymore now that the spawns are so far away. Morningstars can just easily plink away at them. They haven't really had to use any ultimates other than the barrage. You look at everything else just coming online quickly.
If you're RB the best, who are you nano boosting here? Did you just give it over to Crocs and let him LMG? Another pause coming in there. Probably some connection issues coming in for one of the teammates, but I'm really confused of who's the nano boost target, because you might want to give it to Obling when he gets his whole horror online and potentially go for that combo, but for the time being, RB the best has got a nano without necessarily an optimal target to commit it to.
I think that in this situation, especially when you're moving forward like this and really having trouble taking space, you would most likely put the nano onto Crocs as the Orisa. LMG does do a lot of damage, especially with the nano boost. And more than that, in this spam meta, the reason you have Orisa online as well is because she puts out a ridiculous amount of shield damage. Also, the fact that she doesn't have the reload option is a big thing. But add a boatload of damage to the mix, and she tears through shielding very quickly, leaving Shubs really in a bit of a tight spot. And again, that kind of puts pressure back onto Asking, needing to find a pick quickly in the fight. So what we're looking for here with the nano is not necessarily just shield break, but it's also creating pressure onto Asking and making it a little bit harder to hit those shots, just in the psychological game of things.
I think Asking would probably just use the grapple hook and just get on top of one of these buildings and go, well, your shield's there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot here, and your backline's going to be in disarray.
It is kind of what he's been doing so far.
As we've seen, both Naga and Mouse are, not Naga, both, is it? No, yes, it is Naga. Naga and Mouse are both struggling to deal with it.
Yeah.
And that is when it really does become problematic. If you can't win that Widow duel, you can't play those Widow comps anymore, so you're going to have to rely, like you've already alluded to, on a more tank-heavy composition, potentially over to the 3-3, but I don't think these teams want to be relegated to using those compositions, especially considering next week, if they make it to playoffs, they have to get rid of those comps altogether. There's that Blizzard being thrown out. No, it wasn't even a Blizzard. What am I talking about? Yes, it was a Blizzard. What? I'm getting lost here. The pause is doing me over, Blank.
Well, pressure hasn't got to Asking just yet, Tridd, and he's taking down someone very, very easily.
He's going to keep those shots on Obling, who's in that corner. And Slur now going over to the Zenyatta. We'll find him out quite easily. Won't land the shots on the Gustav, who's dancing around. He doesn't need to, though, because Kagasi can hit him with the splash.
You're just seeing Shoes Money Crew floundering now. Naga was on the Widowmaker, he was on the Hanzo, now he's back to the Hanzo again. He's really been on everything. Mouse was on the Widowmaker, on the Mei, now he's back on the Widowmaker. Really, like, you can tell Shoes Money Crew are struggling what to do right now.
Kagasi, with 15 seconds remaining, drops down low, halted to the barrage, finds two, Asking finds the third, Chubbs follows it back up. That was their last attempt, Blank. And you can see the sound barrier being committed just to keep them alive. They're going to be running up the spawn route. No one can make that traversal in time. The payload ends here, and now Morningstars, they'll go on the offense.
And it was pushing back that entire time as well, Tridd. So it's less distance for Morningstars to go. And really, if we looked at the ults there towards the end, Morningstars doesn't really have to use anything.
Yeah.
Shoes Money Crew currently are not looking in a great spot to actually take Hollywood right now. And I can actually see this going in the favor of Morningstars despite the great game that Shoes Money Crew had last week. And this is where we see the power of a Widowmaker. If you have an amazing Widowmaker on side, and there's no putting down to any skill of any Widowmaker, but just getting that one click onto a head can destroy the momentum of any team. But that involves not only finding a great angle, but finding a new angle, position yourself where a Widowmaker can't see you. There's a lot of small minutia that goes into that one single click.
That's amazing. That makes you go, ooh, I appreciate that so much more now. That's not just an aim thing. That's a game sense. It's a mind game thing. There's loads of different levels to that particular aspect. And now it's SMC on the defense, and now it's going for the Sombra. So they are changing it up. I still think they recognize that they won't win the direct Widow duel. Naga, to be fair, has done reasonably against a Widowmaker when it's come into these particular matchup. He has been taking out the Sky a few times, as you'd expect, but based on how well Asking is dealing with other heroes from the same players on SMC, Naga seems to be actually safest on the Pharah.
Yeah, and I think it's important that he is on the Pharah here on defense. It's far easier as a defending Pharah because you don't have to take space, you just have to defend space, which means you can position yourself behind terrain in positions that are suitable for you. Mouse currently in the back line, just scouting, looking for a bit of that DPS in, but he's got careful for a quick swing around from Slur to get that hook through.
He's been on that, looking for that good as he takes a shot into Naga. Won't find the second. Puts him on the back foot for now, but a pocket from Gustav will keep him healthy, keep him into the fight.
But he's showing that he can do it. And now Naga cannot play there again. As you see him go over to the left side, which is also meaning he's not plinking away. He's not getting that spam through.
He's paying respect, and now they're keeping an eye for Mouse, who has to translocate out of that position he was in. With the infinite stealth, he can go back into that position, but I'm not sure he wants to. I think he's waiting for the aggression of Morningstars. But they seem to be buying their time for a pick from Asking, but they're now going to take that space with Tech 36 going forward aggressively with a concussive blast.
It's so hard because now Tech 36 dueling with Naga in the skies. You know that Asking is looking out from Dredro, very low. Mouse will taking out from behind.
We're going to deal with Mercy right now, so Chubb's in a precarious position here where he doesn't have the support. Bionic Grenade will boost and amp up Kagasi's healing. Naga takes out Asking. That's huge for SMC. If none of them die here, they can take control and deflect this first defensive and start burning through the time bank. That's exactly what they're going to do, Blank.
And Morningstars are so far forward that Shoes Money Crew could really milk that end of the fight, get a lot of ultimate charge through, which they will need. Asking moving over to the McCree, but as we can see, Mouse is now coming up on that EMP, which will shove the rest of the ult economy from Shoes Money Crew into a much better position. Already, Asking is plinking away.
To give you context for Asking's McCree, this was the first hero where people really took notice of him. He popped off on a round against British Hurricane on Eichenwald. We absolutely dominated them in Season 2 2018, and it really put him on the radar. This is one of his comfort heroes, but comfort doesn't mean anything when you get EMP'd. 4 members shut down by Mouse, and like you said, Blank, that economic advantage of ultimates just being distributed across the board to SMC, who now have 5 online.
Talking of comfort, that is about as uncomfortable as it gets when an EMP comes through, anti-nade on top. But look at the time Tridd, already down to 1 minute 44. And like you said, and I think it's coming big here, Naga is paying his respects to that big lad Asking, knowing that if he gets a little bit too cocky, he is going to basically die for it.
There's that supercharger. He's putting Naga into a box where he can confine him, but Naga doesn't care about your box. He jumps in there with the Holt and is able to pick him off. Dredro uses that red, but he's actually in cover right now. Bio Grenade, unusual to land.
Really?
The damage is still being done. He finds Tech. Crocs is going to take out Kagasi. The nano boost was even committed in that fight by Slur. I'll be the best. Has his still to use. 1 minute remaining for Morningstars, and it's not looking good.
No, it's not. Asking takes down Mouse. Massive. Now, 4 ultimates have to be used very, very well, but you know that Nano is going to go across onto Naga. He has the barrage. Asking finds another with the dead eye.
He camped the corpse. He knew it was coming. He took out Mouse, taking his back out. Directs on Naga. Take out Tech. The res isn't there for Gustav to bring him back, but Dredro will bring back Tech. There's that Bionic Grenade, amping the healing. Everyone's forced back by the whole hole.
Wonderful use.
It's about buying time to get the reinforcements back from SMC.
Mouse will be coming back on the ham and trying to create some space here, but all is on Naga with this barrage. Has to be huge, but Mouse finds the big lad in the back.
He pulls him in and it just takes him out. There's Tech committing the barrage. Kagasi, who's Nano, is taking a nap, and now he's Naga from above. Takes them all out. 20 seconds remaining for Morningstars, and they're going to have to throw their corpses, yeet themselves at the point. But I don't think that's going to be enough. They've got 10 seconds to touch and force out the overtime.
And you're about to evolve the bird in the sky. Give a supercharger over, give a nano boost over, and she's going to start doing massive amount of damage. 4 seconds. Tech 36 will be coming back late.
Dredro
has come in.
No one gets past the shield. Naga just directs them. SMC get the full hold on Hollywood. And they're at series points.
They were confident, Tridd, in making that one happen. Comes down to Naga once again. Knew exactly what he had to do there. Hollywood first is great for it. There's a lot of terrain you can play around. And the arch is awful for Asking as a Widowmaker because it funnels you through one spot. A lot of other maps have big flanks that you can take. Even Havana, you can go onto the left-hand side as you come out. Here on Hollywood, there are only 3 places you can go as a Widowmaker before you have to make that switch to the McCree because you've been funneled into one place where the rockets, they come down heavy.
That they did. We're going to go to a short break. We're coming back. We're going to bring you up map number 4. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. Map number 4 coming on your screen. Series point in favor of SMC. And Blank, we talked about the importance of map difference at the start of this series. It's all gone wrong here for Morningstars, because if they are going to come out with the victory here and try and make that campaign back into playoffs, they have to do it with that 3-2 scoreline. That only gives you a +1 map differential. And that's not good, considering you're fighting up against a team who's already at the equal series wins that you're going to attain by winning this series. Your map differential will be what pushes you over the line. And, well, you Pete-tonged it. It's just not going to go well for you right now.
Yeah, it's gone badly. Let's just say that. And it's a bit of a disaster, let's be honest, on Hollywood. Pretty disgusting plays coming out from Naga so far. But Havana, it's next. And this has to really go in Shoes Money Crew's favor. And they've already played very well to get this far, but they already lost a map to Samsung Morningstars already.
Actually, one thing to note here, really good for SMC. They actually come up with the victory here. Now, someone who's good with maths might need to correct me if I'm wrong about this one. SMC are already tied right now with 2 wins, equally with AT and Young and Beautiful.
Yes.
Yes. So by virtue of winning this series, they go to a 3-4 scoreline, which puts them in the above. Because Yab and AT are playing each other, only one of those teams can actually get that 3-4, which means that SMC will secure themselves a playoff spot by winning this series. And
it has to happen now, though, Tridd. If your math is correct, which I think it is.
They don't even need the map differential. The series win will be enough.
Will it?
Yes, because there's 3 teams on a 2-4 scoreline right now. And 2 of those teams are playing each other. So only one of those 2 teams can attain that 3-4 scoreline, which means they will go into a place of playoff confirmation. Because HSL, Hurricane, Gigante, and Clockwork Vendetta already secured for playoffs. A victory here for SMC should give them a playoff spot. And it means that tomorrow, AT Yab is a showdown for that final slot.
Pretty scary, comrades, but there you go. There you have it.
Or I could just be talking out my chuff.
Or he could. That he could. It doesn't do it too often, but it could be happening today. Shoes Money Crew, on the other hand. What is this? I see a Bastion on side. Interesting.
It's a feeling of disappointment. It's just sometimes you just look at them and go, you know what, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Obling on the Bastion, really taking the definition of bunker and taking it quite literally. They are bunkering down in that high ground, and it's for Morningstars to break them with a spam composition.
Mouse is putting on the hurt as well to take 36-2.
He's also hurting himself.
Yeah, he is. Well, sometimes you got to do with those rockets. You know how it is, right? Major thing that I really liked is Naga on the Sombra. It works really well on Havana because there is a lot of spots on the high ground where you can get hacks from above, which makes it very, very easy. It also makes it hard to actually get a shot back off onto you.
Naga found Slur, and Mouse has found 2. So now I think he heard us talking about how inferior his Widow was to asking, and he's trying to correct the record on his final map. Asking did find Naga.
It's not that bad, guys.
They're just going to reposition the Bastion slowly, but they've already burnt a minute of the time bank, and the payload hasn't got round this first corner.
It hasn't. This is where it will stay for a little while until Morningstars do something about it.
More accurately, until they get ults online.
Yeah, exactly. Slur will be able to consistently bring a fight forward just using that Transcendence. We'll move forward now with the little Omnic robot behind it. No, it won't. Well, unlucky.
Amp Matrix plus the Widow keeping an eye on the hole as well as the Bastion spraying through. There was no way that Zanyata survived. Are we the best? Now flexing on to another hero playing the Mei. Caught off guard by Kagasi. Slur's brought back into the fight. That shield's already been broken, so now they have to concede that territory. They can't stay open there. And here comes the tank for Wobbling. Wants to start blasting him, but he's being kept at bay. There's too much spam coming in. And there's the barrage from Tech. They commit it to find 1. And the Dragon Strike clears out the high ground. Shoes Money Crew bunker has been busted.
They did use a lot of ultimates to make that one work, though. A lot of their offensive ultimates, at least. They used the Infrasight, they used the Barrage, and the Dragon Strike. Now, Shoes Money Crew, if they can get back in time, which I assume that they will do, they have a large ultimate in the form of the EMP, which is why Morningstars are sending their DPS up here, furthest away from the EMP as possible. That's exactly where you want to be. But Naga knows.
It's that Mo. Okay. It's that Mo Sislak meme. They throw him out the bar, and he just appears behind them anyway. And Drijo and the rest of the Morningstars, they're taking control. They're forcing Shoes Money Crew back. They've not been allowed to set up that bunker, and they will move on to the second portion of this map.
I really did like the play from Naga there. I thought it was decent. Yeah, sure, you only get a one-man EMP, but you immediately remove the Zenyatta afterwards because it shreds the shielding away. And also he knew that the Transcendence was probably the safest bet for Morningstar to live through that fight. So if you can get that off, sure, go for it. Unfortunately, Shoes Money Crew, they just literally fall by the wayside as they're walking out.
True, but Naga basically tax slur the Transcendence to give it back in the form of a rebate, because he's going to have it for this next fight.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It came around to April a little bit too quickly. Asking it again, finding Mouse out.
Yeah, nice shot. Gustav will bring him back in, so to correct that. Slur taking out Naga, so even he can duel when he's not playing the snipers. Asking going very far forward, taking this perpendicular sightline with his fellow sniper as well. Kagasi and Asking got good sightlines on this fight. No, don't go up there. Don't go up there, Gustav. You don't want to walk point blank into those two. He will go back and jump back to Mouse, who is holding that angle to stop the further aggression coming out from Morningstars. But this payload, relatively uncontested so far. SMC have to step out, and because they've taken out 2 on the back of Naga, this is the time to take control.
Yeah, really, it did come down to Naga finding those picks at the end. Asking still coming on top. Kagasi finishing up there, and Gustav, he's just pulling out the blaster, but it's not enough right here. And Tech 36 got the ultimate to finish this one off.
They're just throwing ults to SMC. They laid the Dragon Strike on top of the barrage just to get that conclusive victory. But it's enough. They've gained themselves point C from this. They just need to clear out the hamster, and they're going to be all good to go.
It seems on the attacking end of things, Morningstars, they burn brightly.
Yes.
Start to get a little bit more dim when it comes to defense, sadly, but Shoes Money Crew so far, they really are on the back foot.
Blank, they got full held on Hollywood. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, true. That is true.
We just watched them get full held. Never mind. On this particular map, on escort.
Come on.
That was the point.
Yeah.
They never got to the escort section of Hollywood, so once they get the payload moving, 2 thumbs up. Right?
2 thumbs up, yeah, exactly. That's how it works. Gustav here will have the Valkyrie. Not super useful in the eyes of Asking, because if you're further into the air, there's a lot more room for you to get shot at. But once again, Asking is just making it easy, and we're going to get a nice little replay there. Boom, you're
Great
done.
angle. We just find both of them. It's an easy clap there. And it's unfortunately, it is actually becoming quite casual that Asking is finding these picks. They're becoming less impressive because he just keeps doing them.
Yeah, really does feel like quick play at the moment for him.
Crocs won't get his escape, but interesting use of the nano boost there. I think Morningstars were expecting more than what Shoes Money Crew actually threw at them in that engagement there.
Yeah, I think Slow was like panic mode.
Yeah. Dragon Strike through the ceiling. They want to remove the birds in the rafters, and Naga's been taken out by Chubbs. They didn't necessarily need that Dragon Strike to do that. Crocs again, coming in with the jump. Gustav will bring Naga back, who takes out the supercharger. Arson can just play really far back right now. Naga will deal with him as Kagasi's off to the side looking for the crossfire. There comes the full rotato coming in from Mouse. Shoes Money Crew will stabilize in this final arena on point C. Crocs picking up a 3K, nearly a 4. Yeah, he's going to get the 4 off the back of that one. I think he deserved it.
Yeah, the rotato potato comes through and buries you in the ground, much like itself. Crocs now has the minefield, so, you know, this is going to be pretty big, especially in the small corners. Just, look, stop peeking him. Like, it's as simple as that.
It's become so common of an occurrence that it is just casual now. So, Asking found another one.
Just stop peeking him. Come on. Like, it's very, very simple.
Please, it's not worth it.
Yeah, just stay behind cover. Allow Crocs to take much of the favor
And this is the thing, right? This is why Naga's the best solution, because he can get that splash damage. He doesn't have to have the direct sight line, so he can contend him. Oblings might be a good answer here. He's even got the EMP for the next fight. This is starting to look really good for SMC right now, because they're winning fights right now, and they have that win team fight for free card in the form of the EMP from Obling now online for the next one. They could deny the completion.
Yeah, I definitely think they can. They might want to wait off on it for a little while, just the EMP barrage to finish things off. I think so far Crocs is doing a wonderful job on the Hammond. Let's give him a lot of credit here. He's been playing extremely well. And all credit too. I mean, he doesn't have a huge hitbox because when he goes in that ball form, it goes away. Time is running out, though, for Morningstars. And although it was very quick in the first place, not now.
They're going to obviously get in that position, very close to using that translocate, but he just wanted to go for the scout instead. They're going to wait for him to come into this final arena. The courtyard of destruction. There's the nano boost, already committing the pile driver. Naga's found Slur, so they're not going to have him online. Croc taking out Kagasi. Blank, they've done enough already to warrant not using that EMP, and that final fight that comes through next might be enough. Chubbs goes down, not allow the suicide. Naga's going to find him instead. 30 seconds remaining, final fight, and they have the EMP.
10 seconds. Like I said, they could very much wait for this, though,
Yes.
Tridd. Now it's the EMP barrage. You got the minefield as well. Mobility will not be an option for Morningstars. How do you get away from the mines in that situation? I'm pretty sure that this next fight is going to be very hard for them. Time is ticking away now.
No, he's going to set up on the high ground. He's waiting for the right time to go in. Translocator doesn't need it. He's close enough as it is. EMP, it finds 4! And Obling, Kagasi's going to be found out. Crocs again. Chubbs trying his best to stem the flow. He's the only one touching to force out the overtime. But his comrades have been dismantled. And even Gustav's getting in the kill feed. That's going to be the completion. Denied by SMC.
They stopped peeking him. That's what I'm saying. They stopped peeking. Asking was like, well, I've got to get value some other way, which is why I switched over to Sombra. And it's another situation where the Arch, it poses a problem. It just creates so much cover for Shoes Money Crew to play around. Maybe this was their plan all along. Let's get to the end of Havana, just hold them there. It's a good place, and I think that Crocs making the switch over to the Hammond was probably the big decider here. Yeah. He played so well, and before us on the Orisa, we saw throughout the series, Asking was getting some mighty big headshots onto him. Obviously, Orisa's got a big head. She really does. She's got pretty much a 5 head. Very easy to get those headshots on. Go over to the Hammond, you can make it so he just doesn't have a head. Very
Excellent.
easy to deal with.
Very good.
Yeah, all he needed was just to stay on point a lot of times and provide breathing room for everyone else. He was just an O2 tank in the end.
Yeah, can we get Jeff Kaplan on the phone and maybe talk to him about adding a headshot hitbox or some kind of weak spot, right?
Yeah.
For
like,
Hammond when he's in the wrecking ball.
There's like a little red spot that starts flashing just on a random part of the body.
A typical RPG boss. Where
yeah.
Like, gonna Z target onto that one.
Does he have several phases as well?
Yes, it is ball and not ball.
Phase 2, not ball.
Phase 3 is he hooks onto the nearest object and spins around as fast as he can. It's like 10% HP remaining. You just got to like kind of deal with that. Just one last nuisance.
It wipes teams every time. They're like, we just can't handle it. It's the pug killer.
They're never going to be able to get the world first on that. Shout out to people who are actually doing the world first right now.
Yeah, big time. Shoes Money Crew. They will be starting off here. You do have Naga on the Farah. Asking has a long alleyway to shoot down, so it's going to be a bit of a shooting gallery for him here. Naga's going to have to play it very safe like he did in Hollywood before. And
Morningstars are actually paying him respect. They're moving around to try and force him to come out into these open sightlines so they can contest him.
Yeah, so far the wall goes up, trying to deny a little bit of damage, but Naga, he's nowhere near the sightlines of Asking so far, but Tech 36 going to take him out of the air very easily. In comes the rep from Gustav. Mao's low too.
Going to bring Naga back right outside the spawn room and see contesting this one. And it's Morningstars who still have control of this payload. So they're burning the time bank. Naga's been slept. There's the Holt as well.
No!
Bit of out of sync there. The Holt actually denied the clean hook, and they're going to be denied that kill as well. RB Best will still go down. They got to catch him on the trick. Oh, where's Crocs going?
Goodbye.
He's going straight for Asking.
It's like, come here.
Come here.
Deal with you.
Get in my belly. He's going to go try and eat him right now. RB Best is deal with 2. Slur takes out Gustav, and I don't know what's going to happen right now.
Asking does find Uplink in the end.
Yeah.
Mal's popping off.
Crocs got him!
He got him!
The long card, he just hides in the back. But Blank, what is going on? The time bank's not moved. They've burned over 1 minute and 20 seconds just by holding him outside the spawn room.
Yeah, get out of Crocs' swamp because he's coming for you. Big start.
I like how you linked to Mike Myers' characters there.
Yeah. You know, we're progressing it through, Tridd. You know?
You got to transport it across. You
got to take it across generations. We're to Austin Powers next.
Asking if he keeps being headshot here in the pod.
Oh, no!
Why did you do that?
You fool! You foolish!
You fell for the most classic of blunders. The point blank Brigitte shield bash onto the Farah. You gifted him the ult cancel there. I'm not sure what you're doing. Croc's going to run back out on this one. He's spinning around, keeps him, and goes back to the payload to make sure there's free on there to try and keep the contestation speed going fast. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Morningstars have time to regroup this. Crocs is just like not letting Asking play right now. And it's probably due to the fact that we talked about already. He doesn't have the headshot hitbox.
No, he doesn't. It's the ultimate answer, guys. Nano boost in the sky already.
I think they nanoed the Mercy on that one. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it went over to Farah. Chubbs takes out RB the best. And Naga gets his own nano boost this time to try and contend against it. Asking's not allowed to play Overwatch right now because Crocs keeps shutting him down. It might not be the most elegant of solutions, but it certainly is one.
Oh my god, he is playing so insanely well. He's created a ridiculous amount of pressure. He's just going around smacking people.
He's out of control, Blank. He's wilding out, and it just frees up so much space for Naga to now get that barrage uncontested and force this payload into the next section of the map.
I don't know who, Tridd, but I think we should call someone. This is not okay.
Well, we have the police station on Paris. There's not actually one set up on Havana, and quite frankly, if you look carefully, Blank, it's illicit enough for us to say it's the opposite of a police station.
It really is. I mean, this is basically a crime organization going here. So you know what, Crux? He's right at home.
Naga's being very cheeky with these pixel-like slots he can fire these rockets through. Chubbs by himself for now. Barrier comes up just in the nick of time to deny that concussive blast. I'm waiting to see where this wrecking ball swings in next.
He's the name of the game right now. It's like, where's Crocs?
He actually forced Asking to change onto the Sombra. He's had enough of it. There's the Blizzard from Tech 36 to then deal the pressure to get the kill onto Miles, and the res comes in on Slur, brings him back after the kill onto the opposing Farah. Beautiful EMP there, shuts down 3. Oblin committing that one early. Crocs gets the Power Driver kill onto Kagasi, as Asking will deal more damage to Naga as he works towards his own EMP to commit in the next fight.
EMP did not go the way of Shoes Money Crew. Unfortunately, Gustav actually committed the Valkyrie. Is this another Naga moment?
It might well be the fact because he gets the barrage, uses it on cooldown. The splash damage is enough to find Chubbs in that corner. And now he goes up high again, trying to find more kills, but Tech with the right click will take him out of the sky. There's a supercharge being committed by Chubbs as well to embolden Morningstars in this defense, and they will repel Shoes Money Crew.
I think they got a little bit overconfident as Crocs.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, Crocs has been doing pretty well on the Hammond, and they've just rallied behind him like, you know what? If Crocs can do what he wants, so can I.
Speaking of rally, Naga going over to the Brigitte will be jumping off of the Farah and gets more on the ground. In fact, the only person who could be up in the air is Mal because he can wall climb.
Well, Asking actually took an icicle there.
But he also got an armor pack. So,
he did. Nice anti-nade.
I think it's a good trade-off. I'll be the best. Find Slur with the help of Crocs. The res happens behind the bunker. EMP from Asking finds 5. That should be enough for the fight to just be over. Morningstars commit nothing else to it, and they deflect Shoes Money Crew again. 1 minute 20 on the clock. They really want this game 5, Blank.
They're working for it, that's for sure. And we're seeing very much the beginnings of Havana once again. And now it's time for Shoes Money Crew to figure out a way to deflect this. We are getting a couple of switches through. Naga onto the Farah, Obling over onto the Roadhog. They can quite easily get off a halt-hook combination here and take someone down. Usually it will be the Roadhog who walks forward and tries to tank that for the team. Obviously, he has to take a breather. That's a poor wall. This could open things up, actually.
Speaking of which, they need that wall on cooldown to help deny that halt-hook combo. They're going to use the Blizzard instead. There's the Dragon Strike coming through to buy space for Shoes Money Crew to survive through this. The Bionade and the Valkyrie and the Nano Boost, they need to keep opening up. They did not want him to go down because they only have 2 more fights to make this work and they have to win
this one. That's a big one.
Beautiful to find Slur. Dreedro's not in a position for the res, and also he's to worry about keeping his team alive. They'll bring Tech 36 back, but there's too many members dead already. SNC will put this on to the home stretch, and Morningstars will have 1 more contest to deny them.
He was actually getting away at that point. If you let Dreedro go there, he would have been able to get back to the team. That would have been huge, and now you put him on cooldown. He's going to have to walk all the way back. Might not be able to use his Valkyrie, which potentially could be the key to stopping them there.
He's already flown back. He can use Guardian Angel to get back with the teams. They're playing it slow. They did have a lot of time to get into that next fight. So now they're going to walk through together. Already going for the tag. There's going to be that EMP. Going to take out 3 members. Leave him on the floor as Asking, then finds Obling. Crocs goes down. He did get the supercharger out onto the field. Morningstars, though, Blank, they're taking control of this one. We're taking it to map 5. Morningstars aren't ready to give up playoffs just yet.
Too little, too late for Shoes Money Crew. Crocs did what he could, but it was not enough in the end of things. Sadly, it just didn't work out. I think really what happened there was Morningstars, they caught on, right? Asking's like, well, I can't play Widowmaker. I will just prevent you from doing anything though on the Sombra.
What deals well with the Wrecking Ball? Oh, I know, Sombra. We can play that instead, right?
He's like, oh, I'm not just a Widow one trick.
I mean, he could definitely convince you that was the
case. He could do, yeah.
But
he's not.
Sombra, definitely the play there. Big EMPs, 2 5-mans. Really good to shut down the rest of SMC there and take control of the point. They're going to shut down the offense of SMC, force out map number 5. But Blank, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring you the conclusion of this first series. I love that little highlight package we just had because it really did exemplify what I loved about that previous map, which was just
wild.
Crocs just wiling out on that hamster. He became the ball, and he shut down Asking, forced him into the Sombra position. Ultimately, it didn't really work out for them because Asking's pretty good on the Sombra as well.
Yeah.
But I love the inspiration. I love the dominance coming out. Map number 5, Ilios, is where we settle it all, Blank. I'm going to reiterate the stakes as well. Sorry, I'm not letting you talk a lot in the pre-things.
What's going on?
What's going on? You're just not allowed to talk at the moment. When the game starts, that's when you can come in and start giving the game off, right? Ilios, though, let's reiterate this thing. So, if SMC win this map, because AT and Yab are playing each other next tomorrow,
yes,
SMC will guarantee playoffs.
Yeesh.
If SMC win, they'll only win by a +1 map differential, which means they are reliant on a dominant series either way in Yab versus AT to get into playoffs still. You hate to see it, you hate to relinquish that control, but is their only avenue into playoffs right now?
Yeah, they just have to let go, sadly. I think
just let it go.
Yeah, problem with that though is that, oh dear, this is not good for business. We go to
elaborate, explain.
So I was going to talk about this in pre-game, but I think that was very important that we got that out of the way. But I think, but Ruins here, this is the problematic map for Shoes Money Crew, because since the dawn of Overwatch, this has been, someone please play the Widowmaker, because it's just a long corridor, this map. That's what it is. It's a long corridor. And what better to play on a long corridor than Asking, where he has so many sightlines available to him. Shoes Money Crew, on the other hand, they understand this, and they're gonna put the pressure on big style. You've got Crocs. He's visualizing. He's visualizing himself as the ball right now. He's like, I've got to do it. I've got to do it to him.
So Asking is still committing to the Widowmaker. One of their solutions, which pairs quite well with the Orisa, is obviously just put Slur on the Roadhog. He can still get that hook onto Crocs and shut him down. Tech36 actually still committing to this one with the D.Va as well. So they're going triple tank, double sniper, and they're going to keep Dreidra as the solo healer for the side of Morningstars.
Big lack of healing there for Morningstars. I think that's the major thing we have to look at, but there are so many positions for the snipers to set up. Oh my, Crocs is already in. It's so fast.
Asking is just like, okay, where is that bleeding hamster? I'm not having any of this. It's not going to be Havana again. I am playing Widowmaker, and you're going to help me shut this guy down.
Kagasi already extremely low, and Shoes Money Crew have made their way into the point. These pillars play a big role in the survival of Naga, though. That's what he has to play around.
Asking is still under the cosh. His HP keeps going up and down with an equalizer, but despite all the pressure, he will find Mouse, and that's the second pick for Morningstars. Does open up the first cap for them.
They will remove the mech, though. That is rather big for them, which makes this a 5v6 next time they come in. Yep. Basically, unless Tech36 resets, which I doubt he will do here, probably just wait on board. Yeah. Also, they have a 70% discrepancy between Dreidra and Gustav so far. So Dreidra, to be fair though, is warranted. He's had to do a lot of healing.
I'm not the biggest guy when it comes to maths, Blank, but 70% sounds like a lot.
Pretty big.
Pretty big discrepancy there. I'll be the best takes out Asking, so it turns out they don't need the ball to do it. What a beautiful cancel there. Not going to have anything coming out on that one. And unfortunately, that's going to be Crocs on the back line, dealing the damage. Gonna nearly get that remech cancel onto Tech36, but the mech's gone as fast as it appeared. That's gonna be easy pickings for SMC, who will surely get the flip now.
Really well played to Crocs there. Cancelled the res onto Asking there. They wanted to bring him back. Come on. I think
that's why they wanted to bring him back. As soon as he's on the field, he takes out Miles. He's about to get
unresable position as well, because if Gustav puts himself in position, he's just going to get his head taken off by Asking. Crocs, however, he's going to have the minefields, and he's going to put it to good use unless he gets hacked there.
Yeah, that was also very unusual for Naga to not commit to the barrage, but he's waiting for the EMP to come in, but the DM would have expired anyway. Nano Barrage just blasts Morningstars in its confined space, and it will push Shoes Money Crew into the upper 30s of percentage minimum.
Insanely good bait there from Naga, actually, because from the rest of the game, he's actually initiated all of his barrages with a concussive blast. He concussive blasts in, immediately Tech36 just holds down the D.Va matrix, and that's where you see the bait come through. Barrages afterwards, there's no more cooldowns.
Yeah, he didn't even, the EMP came in for good measure as well, just in case, so he was going to get that regardless. That was a 100% winnable position for Naga.
Big time. Shoes Money Crew looking to push this one on forward. There's Crocs. Once again, he's hacked, but Mouse is putting in the work instead.
Yeah, grapple hook being unfortunate for asking. It would have saved him against Mouse, who's obviously going to be playing very low to the ground right now to get this contestation. Goes straight in onto Chubbs. He commits that supercharge. Just slurs there, thankfully. Shrapnel to the back of the head. Deals with Miss Tracer. As they're now going to have Tech take out Naga as well. Morningstar's in a good position to flip this over, and they're going to do it shy of that like final fight territory right now, assuming they get rid of Crocs, who's been an absolute nuisance on the wrecking ball.
He has been a real pain. He's been a thorn in the side of Morningstar since the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
He's been playing very, very well. Asking will switch over the Tracer now. Very good to move out of the way of Naga's rockets as well as Crocs' positioning.
I think he just wants to style on Mouse on another hero, and he's going to get that opportunity if they go head-to-head. We're looking for Kagasi with the EMP that comes in too late to save Dredro. Asking does get that style onto Mouse, and the EMP will shut down for Tech to find 2 with that bomb. So Morningstars will match Shoes Money's Crew's percentage on this map and potentially enter into that elusive final fight territory.
But Bomb, EMP, as well as Whole Hog, huge there. And like you said, he is styling on. He's got the fashion choice. He's got it over Mouse right now.
2 for 0. 2 for 0 in that head-to-head duel on the Tracer right now. And he's chasing after that ball. Crocs may need to reevaluate things, but he has got the minefield. In fact, a lot of ultimates coming online for SMC to try and get the retake at what will be 99%. Pulse Bomb, not finding the splash, not finding the connection. I'll be the best still alive, but he is by himself. Antine coming in there. There's going to be the minefield on the point to help them with the recontest. Gidro and Chubbs have been hacked up by the EMP, but it's only Slur going down the Crocs.
This is not good. You would like to see a quicker fight there when the EMP comes through. And Dredro will finish it off.
Tech giving the wave as Dredro comes in from the skies, descends on the Guardian Angel. Morningstars have control of the point, and the kill feed is looking very back and forth right now. But I think Shoes Money Crew is starting to edge it out. Just deal with Tech before he gets the remake, and you'll have a definitive advantage. Blink deals with asking. Flip comes in. They cannot lose control at this point.
And it's the best time for them to lose control. There's Slur actually on the Widowmaker now. Takes down Mouse. So it seems like everyone on Morningstars is giving Mouse one hell of a bad day. Shoes Money Crew have nothing to deny this EMP coming in though, Tridd.
And the Pulse Bomb's going to be so free, as well as the Supercharger to boost everyone else up. It's going to be big for Morningstars. They can just get in position, but they need Chubbs to step on the point and contest. That's big. That hack was absolutely huge. They need to kill Naga. The EMP reapplying that stasis, and he finds asking. That's not gone wrong. It's not gone right for Morningstars. And they're going to lose Chubbs as well. They have no main tank presence. SMC should be able to maintain control and walk away with ruins.
Oh, it's terrible, Tridd. This is not what you wanted to happen for Morningstars. This was their map to win. This was where Asking could have put on a show of all shows. And it does not happen.
SMC paid him the respect, Blank. They were throwing different counters, different strong heroes against the Widowmaker to make it so uncomfortable for Asking to play Widowmaker that the only thing that made sense to him was to change off. SMC, I believe, genuinely paying this man a lot of respect. And by doing so, I think it actually just won them ruins and potentially the series.
This is where you see Afara start to do an insane amount of work because there is a huge amount of terrain to play around. You see on that right-hand side, she can actually just drop around and then immediately get a massive off angle where it's difficult for Widowmaker to get into position to actually do anything about it. All the while, Naga will be definitely pressuring shields. It looks like Shoes Money Crew have it on lockdown now. Morningstars actually switch off onto that second healer, Slur going over that signature Anna of his. He's going to be putting down a little bit more pressure onto Naga in the sky.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Splash damage was enough. Even a couple of directs there onto Asking. And now he's free to move forward and contest Chubbs, who's trying to solidify placement on the point to get that first cap.
Oh, Naga just knows all the nooks and crannies on these maps to find those entry angles. Shoes Money Crew got to be careful. Gustav, though, extremely low.
Die there. Chubbs is definitely dead. Beautiful follow-up on the sleep that landed onto Kagasi. Easy pickings right now. Morningstar's trying to contest this one, but really, I think they just need to concede it and give it over to Shoes Money Crew. That is until Chubbs actually gets the return kill. Hello, Tech's come back as well. They were not wrong to keep with this contest, because now we're going to get rid of Gustav. Asking being the one to find 2, and they're trying to swing it back, but Asking will not let Tech get any kills. First cap going over to Morningstars.
Well, I said Ruins was a place for him to pop off, but it seems that he likes a little bit of another close range action. Morningstars now, Infrasight Barrage. This is the easiest barrage of Tech 36's life.
Who is contesting Asking? Who is the pick that's there to shut down Asking right now? Maybe it's Mouse, but he's already lost his head.
Maybe it's not.
This is now Asking, just popping off. Gets that tag. He just knew Naga was going to be there. He did walk away with the kill on the Chubb. So now you've lost your tank presence on the point. This is really bad for Morningstars. They should lose control of the point here.
They should. Both tanks down. There's no way you can actually hold on to this point without two beefy monsters in the back. Unless Tech 36 does this.
Finds two, but Naga's still going to take him out. And the flip comes in regardless. Wait. No. He didn't get away with that one. Thankfully, the whole hog shut that one down and stopped Tech from coming back into the fight.
Yeah, they really cannot allow them to get just a free fight here. So, you know, Shoes Money-Crew, they're going to push in a lot here. They do have the EMP to end the fight as well. Drijo's Valkyrie has run out, but down goes Opperling.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Kagasi, didn't want to find that one. Tech takes that mouse again. And now, it's looking very dangerous for Shoes Money Crew. They will come back with a solid offense with a couple of ults in the bag.
Yeah, the huge thing here is the EMP. Morningstars, again, they have nothing to cancel it out. And really here on Well, they have to play in a close area. You are dancing with death there on Morningstars. Naga is so good with his concussive blast so far. But I do think that in the end, it will be this EMP that will ruin the defense of Morningstars.
Asking again. He's going to ruin everything right now. Shot onto Naga, takes him out. There's the EMP. He's outside the range, and only Chubbs was found out by that one. Kagasi actually got hacked out after the fact. So not the biggest of EMPs coming in there. Morningstars will keep control for now, but the tanks from Shoes Money Crew are starting to take away territory. Chubbs and Kagasi can still contest this one and milk out extra charge, especially when they commit the supercharge.
Immediately, supercharge goes down for Crocs, and Chubbs' one, it stays nice and healthy. Obbling at 9 HP, he will definitely go down there, and I'll be the best. Actually, invest the nano, but onto who? It's the Farah in the air.
But Naga hasn't got the ult to use just yet. This is last life for Shoes Money Crew, and they're throwing everything to try and get something that will stick. Morningstars have definitively entered final fight territory, and they might be in a position to walk away. Crocs going down there. I think that's unrecoverable for Shoes Money Crew. Overtime will be triggered. It's going to go down fast. Mercy flying in for the contest. And the barrage from Tech 36 shuts down any route of ingress. We're going the distance, Blank. It's going to be Lighthouse to settle it all.
If I say that Ruins is basically this is the kryptonite for Naga, well, again, we have more kryptonite for Naga on Lighthouse, where they can just stay nice and pretty underneath the beautiful roofing of the lighthouse here. But
he can Santa Claus that chimney with the barrage. That's
he can do, yes.
Big.
Come on down.
Big packages being rained over everyone as he drops down from that chimney. And SMC and Morningstars, I expected this to be close, I'm not going to lie. Didn't expect it to go to distance. 5 games, as well as this final round of our control tiebreaker.
Make this 11 then for 5 games.
Yeah, 11 by the way. Cool. We still got 3 more this week, and I'm looking at the schedule. A couple of those could also go to distance. But now it's Morningstars running out onto the point. 20 seconds until it unlocks, and you've got Tech in the sky asking, wants to find the angle to shut down Naga. And Miles has to do the same. He goes up high, misses that first shot, but it's okay, he can recover. Hang on a minute, can he recover from both Crocs and Obbling? Tag teaming him in the back line.
They're creating a definite amount of pressure onto Asking. Not enough though, because Obbling, well, Kagasi very able to just turn around and take him out.
Yeah.
On the Roadhog, he does an incredible amount of damage close range.
Maybe that's the play here. Keep Kagasi on top of Asking and just shut down anyone who's trying to mess around with him. First cap coming in for Morningstars. Crocs find both the supports on the back line. Really going to put a dent into them, but in the same vein, Asking puts a 50 caliber dent into Naga, and I'll be the best.
He's just putting ventilation holes in the entirety of Shoes Money Crew. Crocs, the hamster, getting a little bit of room though on the spot.
Yeah, going to get a nice and early flip in here for SMC. They just need to displace Kagasi. Nearly get the environmental, but it's not to be. Healing will be amped up and denied for Crocs. They will get that flip in. 26%. Hang on a minute. No, Drijo's come back in. All right, you had to really just mess me over there, mate. 28%.
28%. It's just a little
bloody
bit.
2%.
It's just a little bit off, Tridd. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Crocs set himself in a good position. Takedown Asking. So far, it's really been Obbling and Crocs who have been tag teaming to try and remove Asking so far, but they have to be a little bit more worried. But not anymore, because obviously Kagasi, he's now gone over to Sombra.
He's got the EMPs in the back line straight away. Only finds 2. Asking got out of range of that one. He's very conscious of what was going down. Tech 36 and Slur have already bit the dust. And it's just easy for Shoes Money Crew, who will surpass the percentage. Nice blind hook coming in from Crocs, and I mean that not in the sense of a literal hook. I mean it's a right hook coming in.
And it's a knockout punch right there.
Not quite a haymaker.
Not quite a haymaker.
It was enough to spot out Kagasi, and now he's going to get the high ground in for sights being triggered. Morningstars need to get a retake fast.
I know where you are, Crocs. I mean, Morningstars do know. He's just chilling. He's just chilling up there. Interesting spot. Mouse will take down Slur. That will be a res coming through. So when Crocs does actually decide to go on to asking, it will be unresable.
No. You can see like 3 of them running at asking. Nanobu's committed over to
where are you going?
6, and I'm not sure what's going on now. He's trying to duel out the other aerial duo. I'll be the best with the Violet Grenade. Obling finally gets asking, and 10-3-6 now has the barrage, but he won't have a nano boost to reinforce him when he's locked into a static position.
They just ran rings around Tech 36. He had no idea where they were. They were all hiding. The nano boost gets nothing. 75% to 28.
Tech 36 does have the barrage in Kagasi. We're looking for this EMP to get the flip because Morningstars desperately need it. Final fight territory for Shoes Money Crew.
This is what they need to prop themselves up as we come into playoffs. It's down to this, Tridd.
Crocs gets on the point. Chubbs takes out Miles early. That's big. Gustav can go in for the res if he needs to. But now Crocs going to play around the high ground. Naga takes out Asking as well. Kagasi has the EMP, but they're looking for Slur instead, who's hacked up right now. Has to go back in.
Gets it!
Denies the cap. But Morningstars have done enough. They've got enough kills here. Naga finds 2. It might not be enough to give Shoes Money Crew that complete flip, but they're going to stall out for as long as they can. Morningstars will get that flip and start to climb upwards in this series.
Asking again, playing another dangerous game there with Gustav on side. Pulled out the blaster. 38%, 99%. It's getting a little bit sweaty now, Tridd.
Not just the temperature here in Berlin.
No, it's really not. It is this game too. Crocs has the minefield. Obling with the EMP. That classic combo. It will come out soon, but Morningstars, they have such a split offense here. How do you get an efficient minefield EMP off?
How high does Asking need to get to find the angle? He keeps grapple hooking up to the heavens at this point. And now he's inviting Crocs to come and join him. You can see him climbing this like some kind of tower defense. Obling has already been taken out. This retake might not come in fast. Gustav then goes in for the res. He's got an EMP of his own. This might come down to one fight, Blank.
We saw this on Busan, where it was 99%, and Morningstars were able to bring it back here. Crocs, final offense.
swings back in on the ball to deflect away that offense from Crocs and keep his sniper alive.
Asking
takes
again.
out Gustav.
Oh, come on, son.
There's no supports for Shoes Money Crew right now. They do have the time for one last chance.
Gustav switched over the Lucio. Wants to get back to the point a little bit quicker. Obling has to be super good with this EMP.
But Kagasi's still sitting on his Blank. This could all be shut down before they even touch the point. It's getting in at 99. Kagasi commits it. Only 2 found. Obling has to wait to use his. He's going to go back in. Barrage, the splash damage. It finds 3. Morningstars have control. Obling's too late. He goes down with the EMP. And the kills are all looking Morningstars. He's going to be taken out. Morningstars, even res for good measure. The overtime dwindles down. They have done enough. And it's up to Yab and AT to decide whether they will make playoffs.
Asking was blinding in this entire series. If there's anyone we've got to highlight, it's this guy. Through the entire series, I think he's got more picks than either team members combined throughout this entire thing. Crazy, crazy player, keeping it together when it counts. And he built the bricks all the way back up from the formation to the top to take down this map 5.
Absolutely monumental achievement. Probably going to see the majority of this highlight reel in the second half being Asking, and
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
You're asking for it at this point,
yeah,
aren't you?
Absolutely. You can't use that joke twice in the same series. Blank, give it a rest.
Oh, I'm so sorry, mate.
That's fine. I'll forgive you. He's on the tip of everyone's tongue right now.
He is,
just
yeah.
with his performance and several other shout-out performances as well. I think Crocs' play on Wrecking Ball in the last 2 maps, just being a fundamental answer to what Morningstars was trying to achieve, and actually force the adaptation from Morningstars when other compositions and heroes couldn't do that.
Yeah, and to be fair, from the play style that we saw from Crocs, one would actually believe that he was a Hammond main, to be honest with you.
Right, and ask, that might be the case.
Yeah, and to be fair, talking to players and listening to interviews, Hammond might actually become very, very useful coming into 2-2-2 lock, which we know will be in the playoffs. So really here, it's very difficult now because, like you said, Yab and AT's game has to go very, very much the distance if Shoes Money Crew even want a chance.
So unfortunately, that does also mean that SMC can't actually go into the playoffs now, because no matter what, Morningstars will always end up above them by virtue of now having -7 map differential. They've actually just swapped places in the standings right now. It does unfortunately mean that regardless of the result of SMC, of Yab and AT, one of those teams will be safe. So a minimum of one of those teams will be safe, sorry. It just depends on the scoreline. It does mean that we're saying goodbye to SMC conclusively, and we have to wait until tomorrow to find out if it's the same for Morning Stars.
But there are opportunities for switch arounds come to playoffs with players being picked up. So potentially you might see some members again from SMC going on to other teams as you come into this one. And to be honest with you, Tridd, I'm looking at Naga right now, and if I'm another team, I'm thinking this guy is going to be one hell of an asset, even as a sub.
Well, I think that was the original plan for Naga coming into the roster, was to be a temporary solution or an intermediary while they found a more permanent one. But Naga just got, from my understanding, Naga just got on so well with the team, and they gelled quite well that he just stuck around and played with the team.
I don't blame him either.
He is definitely one to keep an eye on. That's without a doubt. Crocs, this was his debut season, I believe, and he's had a fantastic debut season.
Yeah, you really wouldn't think it was his debut season. We talk about Milky Man, who came in actually quite early, and he had a little bit of problems here and there, but he's fixed a lot of those now, and he's quite a consistent player. Crocs has come into this, and he looks absolutely natural and in his home setting here.
Yeah, especially towards the end there. I'll be the best. Debut season for him as well. I mean, Oblin, Gustav, and Mouse, and Naga, to be fair, have been around the block a bit when it comes to European contenders. But I really wanted to highlight those rookies there, because I think Crocs had a fantastic finale to his debut season, and it's definitely one to look forward to in the future. Onto the side of Morning Stars, though, well, they've done everything they possibly can now. They can, yeah. Jesus, take the wheel, right? It's unfortunately, Jesus is either Yab or AT in this instance.
Yeah, and it will be either the hand that pats them away or the hand that pulls them up, really, in this situation. Anyway, that is all of it for us today.
Yeah.
But we do have one more game coming up right at you very soon. It'll be Jaws and Legday taking that one, and we'll catch you guys very, very soon.